Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome to Startle Games Train Simulator. Today taking a ride in the Class 165 networker from Aylesbury to London Marylebone. So it's about an hour or so driving today, taking the High Wycombe branch, so heading down the southerly routes that the Chiltern takes. And yeah, it should be a rather simple journey today. It's one that I've not actually quite done in real life. I've done parts of it in real life, so I've been as far as actually, I've been as far as Birmingham and Chiltern Railways, but I've gone off at High Wycombe every once in a while. And yeah, Marylebone Terminus, it's a terminus again I do go through from time to time, and therefore it's a station that I thought I'd, it's a real thought I'd go and drive today. So we'll let sim load, we'll jump in, and we'll get ourselves started. Give the simulator as long as it needs. It can be a bit, well, depending on the route really, sometimes loading times can be a little longer than others, but it's generally not too bad to train simulator. Again, using third rails map, so that's that on my right on the screen. So check us in the real world, you can use that to follow along. So, how are you guys doing? Welcome. Owen, been a while man, how are you doing? Quite Raven, welcome. It's not Train Simulator 2, Raven, this is Train Simulator 2021. Welcome KC, how you doing? Welcome Snops, Lee Russell, Blueberry Guy. I have seen Livery, well, I've kind of seen Livery, I've been a bit busy tonight, but just about jumped in. Like I say, give the sim as long as it needs to get started. Right. Good morning, driver. Press T to load passengers. We are due to depart at 15:33. So this is 2 Hotel. Where are you? Train codes. There you go. 2 Hotel 53. 15:33 from Aylesbury to Marylebone. So taking the southerly branch. Single track before it splits out to 2 again. I believe that's Princess Risborough. Yes, Princess Risborough. Via High Wycombe. Here you get South Ruislip and West Ruislip, where you get Central Line alongside. Railway next stop, amongst Risborough, and then head to the west, Metropolitan Line, and then to Marylebone. Right, let's do this. Train forwards, throttle up. Make sure the lighting is set to markers for daytime. There we go. So the Class 165, it's the original network train in the UK, built by originally Brell, but then a few other manufacturers came and built some as well. And it still operates to this day. So the main runner on the Chiltern Mainline, you've got a few trains that drag along the Great Western as well. And then, yeah, a few trains here and there as well. Standard stuff, standard stuff. Graphically better on this route. Some routes do look better than others. It's another platform. Some routes certainly do look a bit better than others, so should be alright. This is actually just trains routes, not Startle Games. This is just trains. Right, up to 30. The S8 stock, yes, we do spot the S stock on the run outside the Metropolitan Line, so that's between Wembley and Finchley Road. So it's another 5.5 miles to our first stop, Monks Risborough. Then Princess Risborough, Saunderton, High Wycombe, Beaconsfield, Sear Green and Jordans, Gerrards Cross, South Ruislip and London Marylebone. Oops, going fast there. 40 miles per hour limits, not 50. Not sure, Matty. This is a train sim stream, not a pack stream. So a little bit across and just get speed up. Since paces went 90, and the 158, 153 shuffled, you've seen quite a few 165, 166 here. Oh, have you, Owen? So I presume you're down in Bristol yourself. So, for Great Western, the 166s used to be the main runners out of Paddington, now replaced by the one something. Actually no, they're electric stars now. It's electric. It's 375s, 475s perhaps. So or even 485s. I don't know my top codes. Yeah. So the original Great Western 166 is now based out of Bristol. You have a Seoul 165 that operates on the Greenford branch of the Great Western, and then out of Marylebone's Chiltern Railways, you have basically all the you got Network 165. All the Clubmans, all the Turbo Stars, all the more modern trains. All derivatives of the Networker. So the Networker was the original, like, basic train here in the UK. Then, when everything was privatised, the base model itself, the Networker, was sold to Bombardier. And so Bombardier now do the Networkers, Turbo Stars, that kind of stuff. Well, no, so Turbo Stars, Electra Stars, and that's about it really. Electra Stars are both Third Rail and Pantograph. Whoops. AWS. Can't hear it outside. And so, that's annoying. I wish they'd had more trains in the sim where you can actually hear the alarms from outside. So I have to come to a halt. Reset you. Reset you. So it's always AWS. In Train Sim World, all trains you can hear from outside. In Train Simulator, some trains you can hear from outside. So the Class 290 Pendolino, for example, is one that does work, where you can actually hear sounds from the outside. But for some reason, it's just the... some trains just can't hear from outside. Can you do Oxford to Marylebone? I don't own that route, Razor. The Oxford line is on the full Chiltern Mainline routes on Just Trains. I've only got the Chiltern Aylesbury line, so I'll have to buy the routes, but maybe one day for the future. I'm going to meet you now, Matty, for spam. I've already told you I'm not going to deal with flights and stuff today. Train sim. The 10s 166s were replaced by 378s, and some went to... oh yeah, some did go to the Heathrow, didn't they? They're a lot more spread out than they used to be, that's for certain. There used to be a time where it was pretty much just a few select London routes, and that's about it. Have you played GeForce? I've played it. It's a browser sim, what do you expect kind of thing. Nah, they're doing a free sim, you can't really complain, can you? I think that's fantastic. Your aviation 0098 has been changed name. Welcome. Oh, one mod. Is there a route on this thing that goes to an airport? I believe there's the Manchester-Liverpool link, which does have an airport side. I'm trying to think what else has an airport. West Coast Mainline, that stops at Birmingham International. Technically on this route, because we're stopping at South Ruislip. Yeah, stopping at South Ruislip. We are just outside of Northolt. There are a few airports that kind of straddle along. Will there be another route in the stream? Not sure, Mohawk. For now, we're just doing the single run. Maybe we'll do more in the future. Well, maybe we'll do more after this. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. This is the original Train Simulator 2009. This is Train Simulator 2021. In terms of big updates, it's the yearly thing they normally do. Otherwise, well, that's about it really. The main yearly thing. Key differences to the Class 165 and 166. The 166 has air conditioning, the 165 does not, so I can see there's an open window here in the middle. That's pretty much the only difference between the two trains. They're very similar on the outside and very similar on the inside. And like I say, Network is by far my favourite class of trains. So I did the Class 365 last time on Southeastern. Speaking of which, earlier today, got a new little Hornby model for the Class 365. I did up my little model trains. Price position that, at least it will be. So, Networkers, I adore them. Done the 365, now doing the 165. See what the next couple of routes give us. When was this released? This is about, I'd say, 2 years. 2019 for Train Simulator Just Trains Chiltern. It's 2019, I believe. It's passing now through Little Kimble. Going uphill slightly, so I need to put a little bit of power in. Work today, pretty standard, still working at home. Is that a red signal? No, it's facing the other way, sorry, I'm looking at the glare of that. Yeah, work today, pretty standard, just it's like a glass platform or something. It's like an asset or something is missing there. Fair enough, glass platform. That was Little Kimble. That was a, yeah, that was a H... I thought, sorry, this is 00 scale, that train. That was a Hornby 00 scale train. You've been in your house in second lockdown, you've had underlying health problems, you've been out with your sister stopping, other than that, nope. Yeah, I'm afraid with this whole lockdown stuff, it's been, well, very different for a lot of people. And ultimately, if you've got health problems then around gaming, it's been a bit of a long year, I can imagine. Hopefully things will soon start to return to normal. Platform hasn't loaded there, squares to indicate where the air can walk on the platform. Okay, so was that a missing asset, was it? Well, yeah, missing asset, something not loaded in properly. Hope you're happy to put it on your track. Oh yes, yes, sorry, yes. Very excited. I don't really have a model set. So I've got trains. I've got a Southeastern high-speed Class 395, Southeastern Network Express. I've got a Finnish train, the Finnish VR Class SR2. So I've got trains. I don't have a route for it because I don't have the space for it. Maybe if I ever move out, I'll have something dedicated for it, but we'll see. That's something for the future. Can't wait till down to end. We're heading straight to the station, getting a few road tickets for Devon and Cornwall. Yeah, definitely can't wait to travel again. That's a given. How does London Underground compare to Train Simulator 21 to Train Simulator 2? Well, London Underground on Train Simulator is the Just Trains S stock. For Train Sim World, it's the Bakerloo line. So two different routes, two different kind of methodologies behind it. But I like both of them. I mean, with Train Simulator Just Trains, it is an older platform, don't forget, but Just Trains have done a fine job in actually getting it to look amazing, to be fair, with the whole up-to-date stuff. So it's not the most up-to-date sim, but high-quality models do help out. Right, Monks Risborough. Not a very big platform, this. Tiny little station. That'll do. Secret tunnel. Secret. Yeah, we have all watched Atla. Two lovers forbidden from one another. A war divides the people, and a mountain divides them apart. Built a path to be together. I forget the next couple of lines, but then it goes, secret tunnel. Secret tunnel through the mountains. Secret, 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 secret tunnel. Yeah, we've all seen it. We've all seen it. Rap song? No, it's Secret Tunnel. Best song. More missing aspects. Oh no, the platform does end there. It's a tiny, tiny little station that amongst Risborough. It has like 5 trains a day at most. Right, up to 40 again. Things will start to speed up as we reach Princess Risborough. We'll be on a double line, so they get more track to play with. And then it's just a case of going from there. Do you have model aircraft? Yes, I do, one world. I've got a couple of model aircrafts. Most of them in 1 200 scale. I've got a couple of 400 and 1 or 2 600s. The majority 1 to 200 scale. Ooh, frame rate could be a little stronger right now. So eventually we'll also find ourselves inside London. We did get to try, well, it's not anymore the Give Pisa Chance bridge, because that bridge has been painted over. It's now Give Helch a Break. But we did get to go over the famous Give Pisa Chance bridge. If you don't know what Give Pisa Chance is, then obviously you've got no culture. How's the whole route in miles? I'm not sure, to be fair. I'm not sure, if I'm going to be honest with you. We've done about 7 miles so far. Oh yeah, the platform just ends. No ramp down, it just ends. Pretty standard for some of these east of London small island platforms. Right, so I'm going to just join up the track now here at Princess Risborough. Going to slow down to 15, hit the points, and then we'll be back onto dual track. Yes, these are 3x2 seating arrangements here in the the Class 165s. If it was Mark II car, it would be known as Tourist Open. Tourist Open. We're a 5-car set, I believe. Yeah, 2 plus 3, so 5-car sets. I'm not quite sure if there's so much in the way of actual platform markers. Car stop. I think it's more just, yeah, more kind of way you stop when you buy a signal. Yeah, welcome to Princess Risborough. Got 3-car set at the front, joined with a 2-car set at the rear. So presumably at Marylebone, train will then be split. We have 2 separate trains, a 3 set and a 2 set, going on their own respective destinations. Is this not active right now? I don't know, it's just very quiet apparently. Very quiet indeed. Right, next station, Saunderton. So speed here now goes up to 100, so we've got 90 section in front of us, jumps up to 100 later on. Things start to speed up this point onwards. So now we're on the... we're not so much on Chiltern... Sorry, this does count the main line. This is Chiltern Mainline, sorry. So we're on Chiltern Mainline. This is where we can actually stretch our legs. The train has a top speed of, I think it's 90 miles per hour, therefore Not going up to complete top speed, but certainly enough to get the train running. Is there any train that connects England with Spain? No trains, Diego. Closest you can get is a Eurostar train to France, and then they have to make a change to get down to Spain. Planes or trains? I like both for different reasons. But I'll take any. If it's on wheels and moves, probably like it. Have you ever heard a train goes on the ferry to France? Not sure quite, Raven. Not sure. I've been on train ferry in Copenhagen before, Denmark, so went to Copenhagen, boarded a train to Hamburg in Germany, and to get there went via Puttgarten, which was then a boat. So train stopped at the station, boat arrived, the tracks connected, and train drove onto the boats. We then disembarked the train, went up to the boats. I then had the spaghetti bolognese on the boat, very nice. Then we went back downstairs, reboarded the train, and then the train drove off the boat and into the station. You have double Chiltern train back. Ooh, very nice. That'll be the class 168 from Buckman. It's quite a rare model actually, so I paid 100 for it. Well played, Kevin. Well played. My South Eastern networker, this cost me 130, I think it was, 130. Which is good, because the eBay guy I tried to go for earlier, was one guy selling it for 160, I offered 140 for it, but he rejected, so that one I got for cheaper, which I'm quite pleased with. Plus it's in the Southeastern colours, not modern day Southeastern, but last year in Southeastern. But for modern sets, that's pretty good, can't fault it. Yes, Liam, I remember you, how you doing? Welcome to chats. How come I delayed stream? Because I was stuck in the middle of nowhere. Just had to delay that a bit. Next flight will be tomorrow, Kabira. Tomorrow. Sounds a great time, Germany. It was. When I got to Hamburg, I then decided to go to Miniatur Wunderland. Very beautiful place. Probably where my spark for model trains actually came from. I've always liked Hornby sets, but it was a Miniatur Wunderland where I find like, oh look, miniature trains. I do like these. I'm gonna start doing my own. So I've got a couple of trains, got a couple of units, but no tracks to drive them on due to space. What'd you go out? Oh, I went to do my one bit of daily exercise you're allowed to do. Yeah, let's do one bit of exercise so it's in the open and away from anyone else. What's up? Not too much, Capitan. Not too much. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. Is this easy to play Microsoft Flight Sim 20? Yes and no. With a train, there's a lot less to calculate in regards to altitude, because I can tell you, if you're in the air in a train, something has horribly gone wrong. On the other hand, a lot more in terms of actually braking, accelerating, and getting the train to do what you need to do. This game's boring AF. I disagree, Spleef. I disagree. Oh, we've got a guard buzzer. That's interesting, because children now have guards on their trains, so not sure who buzzes that. Your father repairs Hornby trains, has a big railway track, runs on electric. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. If I ever need train repaired, I'll drop you a line. You've been to the Olympic Stadium during the 2012 Olympics, very nice. I had a ticket to go to the Olympic Games, but I was in Poland at the time, going to see my grandparents, so had tickets. I won them for free actually in the competition, but in the end never went to it. Yeah, I'm not massively fussed. I don't like trains and airplanes, but what video do you like to view about planes, documentaries or cinema film? Probably cine film. Probably cine film. So, for example, Planes, Trains and Automobiles, great film, very much enjoyed that. Strategic Air Command, fantastic film. That shows it's amazing aerial footage on that one for a film of its era. So yeah, cine film probably I'd enjoy more than a documentary. I mean, of course I enjoy documentaries, but cine film just that bit more enticing. So the first time sleeve training, no need to copy and paste and spam. Or I'll probably just mute you, negativity. Next station, High Wycombe. Just passing through Braden now. Do need to slow down a little bit up ahead and go through a bit of a high-speed curve, so try not to go off the track there. The Cassandra crossing. Is that what it's called, is it? Very nice. There's a good old pensive guy staring out the window, reflecting on his life. Yeah, it's the same interior as the Class 166. I mean, again, it's the exact same train basically, just well, slightly different interior. Sorry, different exterior. Well, open all windows compared to air conditioning. That's about it. Got shift to bed cleaning now. Very nice, Alan. You have a good one. What shift starts at this time of night? 9 PM. Well, in an hour. Starts at 10 PM. It's quite a late one. That's quite a late one. Do you own a Class 105 London Faversham before they release on Trains and Worlds? I don't actually, Joshua, I don't. I thought I did, but I checked it. No, I don't actually own it, so if I did own it, I'd stream it. Is it worth £30 now that it's coming out on Trains and World? I don't know. So I think I might hold off actually until it comes out. West Wycombe bus stop on the right. Caught the AWS just before it gave up on me. Need to slow down to 60 in about 1 mile. What else about Boat Simulator? I've got Ship Simulator Extremes and 2008. I'm waiting for the new one from the same developers, V-Step. They're doing a new platform. It's more professional based, but they have got a home version coming with it. So when they release that, I'll likely jump on and give it a go. Yeah, the problem with train spotting view, given that it's such a short train, I don't always have time to actually go and get to the right place. So next station's High Wycombe, coming up shortly. It's to Nebraska tomorrow, so pack around. Very nice, very nice. Never been to America, I'd like to. Should have gone in May, should have gone to New York. Because of COVID, flight was cancelled. Now approaching. Hang on, can I remember the Chiltern messages? This train is now approaching High Wycombe. Something like that. Please remember your belongings when leaving this train. Something like that. Something like that. Oh yeah, the train to route I can imagine will be much better. I have the filling cab signalling and everything. Just in case where to go. High Wycombe station. There's one. I hate the platforms at this station. How much they stagger. I'll have a close look at it when we're stationary. But the platform itself used to be an islands platform, so as part of the Maidenhead lines, there used to be a branch that goes from here to Maidenheads. You can still walk some of your track beds. I've come underneath the tunnels there. So as part of the Maidenhead lines, there's an island platform, then they redeveloped the station and then made it to stationary platforms. And they're staggered so much, it's unbelievable. Such a long walk to get from A to B. So this is the main entrance over here. You've got the car park, bus stops, all that kind of stuff. And station, that's all fine. This is the terminus platform, trains from Marylebone, usually 2 or 3 car sets. That's your outbound, that's your inbounds. To get to the other platform, you have to walk all the way to the end, up the bridge or the lift, cut across, back down, and right to the end here. It's such a long walk in this station, it really is. It's High Wycombe, you can't hate it. Also, why are you stationary so far out? Perhaps the train out of service, just not going in. Right, let's get going. Have been to Kent. Been through Kent, not been directly out in Kent though. Have been through though. Actually, I've already made a couple of day trips in the past. Margate actually have done a couple of trips too, so yeah, I've been to Kent. The country is the UK. We're leaving High Wycombe now, which is just outside of London. I think I might do a second run after this actually, because it's quite a short route this. We'll see. Do you think that needs to improve in Trains Mod 2? I quite like in-train announcements, so automatic voices saying next station, all that kind of stuff, that'd be nice. But in terms of a visual standpoint, Trains Mod 2 is definitely good. It's definitely good. It's definitely good. Next station, Beaconsfield. Within about 4.5 miles. Do you use a MacBook for videos? Nope, don't use a MacBook. I use Windows PC for everything. That GPU's crying for help. I'm not sure, there's something about this route that the frame rate just doesn't like. I think it might be just the level of detail. I'll have to look into settings later. There's something about it that you can tell. It's not quite liking it. Not quite liking it. Probably because I'm also using the green screen thing on a GPU as well, so that could be affecting that. But I don't know, something that just doesn't quite like it. Yes, there is Swiss Train Simulator. There's Swiss Train coming for Train Simulators as well soon. So, can't remember the developer's name. Same people did Isle of Wight. It's going to annoy me now because I always follow their stuff. But yeah, there's a route coming with the Arosa line. So the Arosa line is in the Alps. That'll be a visually fantastic one. I'm very excited for it. So, just going to waiting to see when that comes out, really. I need to learn about the railway system passenger use. There aren't many trains in my country. Whereabouts do you live, Astor Joseph, if you don't mind me asking? Why do you live with such limited train services? AKA, which countries do I avoid? Because I love travelling on trains. And again, when I go to a country, different holiday or something, because I do like a weekend trip or a day trip somewhere, especially around Europe. So I go there, and I'll probably spend a bit of time just on the trains, because you go through all the cities and stuff. You see a lot more on the rail than you would just in one place. Station announcements boards are now working, Joshua. So the latest couple of routes have got working destination displays on the platforms. They've finally done that now. Trinidad. Right, so we just crossed Trinidad and Tobago off my list. Trying to think. Are there any... I can't think of any railway lines in Trinidad. To be fair, I probably couldn't even think of the capital. I thought about it enough. Are you a North Londoner? I'm a Londoner. That's as far as I'm going to say. One word. I live in London. Where exactly? That bit I'm not going to say. Take care, Owen. You have a good one. Talk to you later. Hopefully, won't be too long till we get another Worley railway show. I do miss Worley. Trinidad. Is there actually a route in Train Simulator for Trinidad? The Raton Pass. Trinidad to Raton route down. Okay, I didn't expect that. Okay, I'll probably have a look at it later. Any high-speed trains here? Chiltern don't operate high speed per se. Chiltern do a commuter service. They do a mainline service, which goes up to like 100 miles per hour. Those are in Turbostar Clubman's, and they have a few local haul services, but they only go to Princess Risborough and what's that village called? The one with all the fancy shops. And it's going to annoy me now. It's the really posh place with all the fancy shops. Something village. Bicester Village, that's it. Bicester Village. Got Chelsea, yes, I'm a Chelsea fan. FS20 or Trains from World 2. Depends, Captain. 2 different platforms, 2 different things. With train, a lot more starting and stopping, therefore mentally, a lot more focus. With a plane, a cruise, sitting back, relax and do what you want, but when it comes to especially calculating descent and landing and all that, does require a bit of work. So I like both, but for different reasons. Now approaching Beaconsfield. Please tell you all the major railways in the world. There are lots, Joseph, there are lots. I mean, the main ones I can probably think of are the Japanese Shinkansen, you've got the Trans-Siberian Railway in Russia, got a few country-length railways in China. Too many to name off the top of my head, too many. Yeah, the braking's not great here. I'm gonna slightly overshoot this platform. Whoops. Yeah. At the moment I'm playing keyboard and mouse, but I have got a rail driver on order. Right, in reality I'd be contacting the signaller right now about reversing. I'd be denied, of course. Just have to open doors wherever. But screw it. It's a train simulator, no one's going to stop me. Also, diesel train, so actually it's a lot easier to do so when compared to other stock. If it was an electric train, then no chance of getting this reversing. Just like that. Do you find the game drops frames in some scenarios? It's not so much scenarios, Jonah, but it's more the routes themselves. So the more detailed they are, the more stuttery it can be. But it's just a case, again, like with any game, with any simulator, it's just a case of balancing the settings to try and find that sweet spot. Obviously, I've got it with some routes, but not all of them, so I'll likely do a bit more of a check later and just figure it all out. What works best, what to get the maximum frames with. How do electric trains work? So, 2 methods, overhead catenary or third rail. Actually, another method, fourth rail, but fourth rail's very much out of use. So, overhead catenary, there's cables the track and a system called a pantograph which connects to it. Do I have anything? Okay. So, here is a train. It's a green screen, so you can see because the green's not quite appeared. And on top of it, you have a pantograph, which is a little thing that connects to the top. That runs along the line, and basically, power is drawn through the contacts, through a system, and into a generator, or a battery, and that creates a circuit which runs all the trains. Thank you there, Mercy, for $2.99. Just want to say, if you like your business subs, cheers, Mercy. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for your donation. So power goes through and it completes the circuit basically. So power generators completes the circuit and allows trains to run through that. Third rail, similar, where instead of drawing power from the catenary, draws it from a third rail, and a contact shoe draws power from the track, runs through the train, and then powers all the motors and all that. And with fourth rail, this is where it gets a bit different. So you have one line that's the power rail, which is usually the outer rail. So contact shoe, draw power, run through circuits, and then you have a fourth rail in the middle, so between the two tracks, and that would be an earthing rail. So power is, well, to complete a circuit, the power needs to go somewhere, and so in this case it's a fourth rail that's just earthing, power goes through the train, power circuits, out the middle rail, and just completes circuits. So third rail trains can run on fourth rail, but fourth rail trains cannot run on third rail. So for example, Watford DC line, the Bakerloo line trains, London Underground, is fourth rail. The Capital Stars, or the new trains that run on there, I can't remember the name for them, they can run it because they draw the third rail power, and then the earthing rail just is not required. Yes, I do know all the stations, and I do know Jeff Marshall. Nobody on trains since March. Never thought you'd miss ScotRail. Hey. Shows how to explain. I won't show you how an emergency brake works, but when is it recommended to use emergency brake? In an emergency, basically. So if there's a person on the track or something that's gone wrong, like something on blocking the way, damaged rail, in the case of Beaconsfield a couple of years ago, bridge collapse. Then use the emergency brakes just to bring this to a halt. Have you thought about acquiring GoPro? I have got a GoPro, and do I plan to do routes and trains and update the channel? Probably not quite relevant because I'm a simulator channel, so stuff like that wouldn't really count. Thank you there, Diego, for the 16 pen. What currency is that pen? It's not what I've heard of. If you could afford any plane, which one would you buy? In what scale? Are you talking about general aviation, or are you talking about big, wide-body jets, Diego? Because there are a couple of things that could go down that question. What kind of train in particular? So right now, it's Sea Green and Jordans. Sea Green and Jordans. Do you like COD? Never played it. London's about the same, really, so the knockdown. Not much going on. Next station, Gerrard's Cross. Which 3 airlines should be brought back from the dead? I'm not sure, to be fair. I mean, most of the airlines that have gone dead for a certain reason. Whether it's mess up finances or not managing things properly. Northwest Airlines would be pretty good. If I ever go to America, that'd be quite a good one to travel around with. Northwest. Aloha Airlines in Hawaii. Can't forget Aloha, they had a very classy style to them. No, Pan Am, I think that's just the standard answer. No, David, this is a class 165, not a 465. This is a 4... Whoops, you can't really see because it's a green screen. This is a 465. Hornby train. This is a class 165. Are there secret lines under London? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Hank. Secret lines under London. I don't think so, as far as I'm aware. When you land at Marylebone, you owe $25. Don't be landing. At least I hope we're not landing. It means to be in the air. Replace Lauda with down there. Pan Am, Lauda, British Caledonian technically didn't go bankrupt. They were bought into the OAC to form British Airways. Caledonian technically, it's like Britannia. You like saying we should bring back Britannia? They still exist. They're just now known as TUI. They rebranded. Where can you learn about trains for your projects? Wikipedia. That's Joseph. Wikipedia is good for everything. Any difference between Train Simulator 2021? So the differences between 20 and 21, apart from the new routes and contents, you get like an engine update, a lot more optimization and all that, but they're not terribly different platforms. Oh yes, Marylebone. Sorry, you are right. It is a Monopoly station, isn't it? So next station, Gerrard's Cross. So I'll slow down for that. Really love your videos, got you through quarantine. Went home right now. There's Mike. Glad enjoying the watch. Where do you learn about trains? Wikipedia. It's always Wikipedia. It's the source for everything, and it's generally pretty correct. So I'm the kind of, I say, my life is boring. I'm the kind of person that will look at an article on Wikipedia, see a hyperlink, open that in a new tab, and then read through it. Whether it's like a person, a thing, or some historical events, I'll just read through it and enjoy it. It's I don't know. I'm the most boring person you'll ever meet. In fact, story of my life. Yes, I know the mail rail. Not been on it. But yes, it's open to explore. Use transport stuff around all the Royal Mail hubs around London. So right in front of us is Gerrard's Cross Tunnel. Over it, is a Tesco. Back when they were building the bridge, when they were building Tesco, the bridge collapsed. So I don't think there's any real photos of it, but you can see where the whole thing had just collapsed in on itself, and while no trains were hit, there wasn't left like 10 minutes before it actually did collapse. And so it led to a really big debate over whether or not the land should still be built on, whether this tunnel is even safe to operate trains under. But I must say, in real life and going through the tunnel, because it's so wide and slightly angled as well, how it's all been built, it's quite a funky one to go through. When F20 was that due to the game or because your PC components? Due to the game, Charlie. What PC components cause the sim to crash? Also, train sim, not flight sim. Welcome, David. Thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. If you could offer a wide body jetliner, I'd probably go for... probably go for a 777. Then I'd use any money I saved from the 350 to get out of the interior, make it all nice and fancy. What route afterwards? Probably do a Chiltern route again because, well, I started out doing Chiltern routes. If you're going to do a second Chiltern route, might as well do it. Well, if you do a second route, might as well do it Chiltern, so it makes sense for people watching later. Maybe we'll do the. So we're on the southerly branch right now. Maybe we'll do a northern branch. Oops, what station is that? Haddenham and Tame, okay. We could do local one actually, Princess Risborough. Well, not a future rail driver, because they're too young to drive trains. Is Hertfordshire in this? I'm not sure, if I'm honest with you. I'm not entirely sure. So this is supposed to be the M25, and this is supposed to be the Give Peas a Chance bridge. Sadly, yeah, it's one of the bits of the route that doesn't quite look as good as real life. That was supposedly the M25. Sorry, this is the M25. Sorry, dual carriageway supposedly. But again, should say give Peas a chance or give help to brake. Sadly, not included. Yes, and South 124 is quite common, Charlie. Still do quite a few cargo runs here around Europe. I think Stansted gets daily or weekly service with an Antonov 124. Menson Station, I believe it is, Charlie. I believe it is. Passing now through Denham Golf Club. Not too far from Denham Aerodrome here to our north. Next station pass through. Yeah, the FPS. Not sure. Something doesn't like the FPS there. Something. Does that get boring? I disagree, Salts. I don't think it gets boring at all. It's a lot more, like I said, you have to be a lot more focused, get your mind right into it, because given that you never have to go to Denham Station, given that you've kind of got to be focused until high time, get the train to start and stop properly at the right time, braking has to be exact. It's it keeps your mind going, so I don't think it's boring at all. No. What would you call someone who drives trains? Planes? A pilot? A person who drives planes or is a pilot? If Enfield's for you, should I do Enfield's to Moorgate? That's the North London line, I think. Not North London, sorry. That's Great Northern. I don't think Great Northern's included in this one. Somewhere here used to be a train station. Can't remember what it was called. Only existed for a couple of years before they turned it down. Also, this used to be the connection to a branch line to Uxbridge in Great Western Railway. So I used to go through Uxbridge High Street Station, I believe. There's one other station, and then it would end up at Great Western Railway, connecting with it's the one after Hayes and Harlington towards M25. I can't quite remember that station's name for some reason. Yeah, this one needs mowing according to this. Someone who drives trains, they're just a train driver. No fancy name, I don't believe. West Drayton, that's the one, David. Yes, West Drayton. So there used to be a branch line, Uxbridge High Street, some station, and then West Drayton. We're now about to pass through West Ruislip, and very shortly we'll be slowing down for South Ruislip. Apologies for that. So now slowing for South Ruislip. Train conductor. Train conductor isn't a driver. Sorry, in America it's conductor. In the UK, a conductor would be the person who's in the back doing the tickets. Do you need special training? Yes, I do. You do need special training to do train driving, yes. It's about a 2-year course from day one to actually getting yourself into the line. 2 years of training. Have you heard about the Infernilo train bridge? Not sure, Diego. Not sure. So to our right, we've just passed Ealing Broadway. We've passed the... So this is the South Ruislip depot. Operates all of the Central Line trains. Now passing through Ruislip Garden Station, which used to be a station on the main line, but was closed down in the 1940s. Also, somewhere to our left is going to be Ruislip High School, where the In-Betweeners was filmed. So if you remember the In-Betweeners, it was all filmed here in Ruislip. So that's Ruislip Gardens. Also, this is also the latter part of the new Northolt Acton main line. So like I say, West Ruislip Gardens used to be a station, and then the entire line was kind of closed down and rebuilt for the Central Line to stop all the stations. But the new Northolt Acton main line then branched off to the right. We're going to go to the left. Does train driver get well paid? They are well paid. But it's not an easy job to get into, very limited, and needs to be pinnacle health. If you fail a health test, then good luck, basically. So now approaching South Ruislip. Got Chiltern platforms here, and then we've got the London Underground platforms just to the side. There's one pilot who's now a train driver. Well, they've actually slows. Yes, a lot of train drivers and a lot of pilots do sometimes end up as train drivers whenever jobs become more threatened. Right. So we'll stop here. Open doors. Someone asked earlier about airports. Yes, there's an airport just right there. Northolt. South Ruislip Underground. And there you go, this is the fourth rail. So we've got two main running rails. You have your electric rail and your earthing rail. You need all four of them to complete circuits. Doesn't look like South Ruislip. Do you not think so, David? How do you know South Ruislip? Where do you live? No, don't tell me. Right, let's get going. Next station, Marylebone. So now running express now to our terminus. Some trains stop at Wembley. Some trains do stop at Wembley Stadium, but in our case, we do not. You don't like trains, but planes, yes. Nice. So this is a very slow accelerating train, this. Well, it's a first generation network, what do you expect, Drawyah? Private flights and vids, mates. Much better sim. Waiting for new graphics card, can't wait. No worries, Charlie. Which button you press to become a member? Join. You press the join button to become a member. You failed a health test for senior trains back in 2013, or because you've seen a psychologist regularly for a few months. Yeah, another thing with train driving is that mental health is another thing that they do have key kind of thing for. So, I'm trying to think that there's a reason why mental health is such a big thing for train operation. Same with platform as well. They take you for a full test. Passing through, next station will be... it's not Harrow. It's one station between Harrow and South Ruislip. When are you always streaming? I'm not sure what you mean by when you're always streaming. Horse Carriage Sim, not sure. Red Dead Redemption, never played it. Would you like to become a trainer over? Well, for me it would be much easier than becoming a pilot, given that there's no massive financial thing behind it. But we'll see. Who knows what my future takes me. I'm only 21. I've got 4/5 of my life to go. Something like that. How much is this? I think it's about £20, but it goes on sale basically every other week, so you can get a good price on it. You can get a good price. Northolt's Park is another station coming through. Stream days, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Thursdays or Fridays. I do one or the other, sometimes both, but usually it's just one or the other. Saturdays and Sundays. So Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday is definite, and then Thursday or Friday, depending on timing. I'm 21, Charlie. I'm 21. Not too bad, Tommy. Not too bad. How are you? So yeah, we'll get to Marylebone, and then we'll do a second journey. As I say, we've got plenty of time tonight. Do you have a restaurant car? No, we don't, Ricky. No restaurant car on the 165s. This is a commuter train, and therefore nothing but seating. 3x2 layouts. So that right there was Sudbury Harrow Hill, which for a long time was one of London's least used stations. Had only 2 trains a day. One in the morning to London, one in the evening on the way back. It's now got more of a regular service. It's 1 train per every other hour, so 1 train every 2 hours. But the next station we're about to pass through, that has 1 train an hour, 1 train a day, 1 train a day. It's so close to Marylebone, nobody ever uses it. Therefore, as a station, it's been pretty much abandoned. Sudbury and Harrow Hill. Thank you then for the 16.9 there, Diego. Still don't know what pen is. What currency is that? Pen. Could you browse that Little Hell train bridge in Peru? Sure. Okay, we'll get to Marylebone and we'll have a look at the train in Peru. Sounds like fill a seat. I don't think so. I don't think so. Soon passing through Wembley Stadium Station. Also got the West Coast Mainline passing underneath us. There we go. West Coast Mainline trains travelling to Euston. And Bakerloo line trains as well. We need to go down to 85 now. Also, can I go through my graphic settings, try and speed things up a little bit. DST is isolated? No, it's not. We have safe systems all running at the moment. The Peruvian Soul. Interesting, okay. Got Wembley Stadium just to our left. An archless Wembley. Oh no, there's the arch on the other side. And then just over here you've got the Metropolitan Line tracks somewhere. There you go, Metropolitan Line and the northerly branch of the Chiltern. We are now about to enter the track with the Metropolitan Line and Jubilee Line to go parallel to both of them. Interfitable, yes I am. Chelsea fan. And you've been on Class 68 from Liverpool to Scarborough via Lee Green, Manchester, Victoria, Slaybridge, Huddersfield, Leeds, York, Scarborough. Very nice. Is there Shinkansen? No. There used to be Shinkansen for Train Sim 2014 as a mod, but there's an asset it's missing now, so I'm afraid it's no longer compatible, but there used to be, yes. What do you do for a living? Marketing, social media. Well, Train Sim 2 is soon getting southeastern, so it's the next route that's going to release in February, March, potentially. So, there is one coming soon. It'll initially come with the 395 Javelin and the Class 4 something, and then later on we'll get a Class 465 Networker as an add-on pack. So it won't come with the base sim, the Networker. It comes as an extra thing on the side. Which will involve checking social media pages, make sure everything's up to date, and responding to customers. Also planning and strategizing future marketing campaigns, back-end support to the teams, make sure imagery and text is up to date, copywriting as well, so make sure that text is all legible and easy. There's a few things it takes place. There's a few things, marketing, social media. So we just passed Walden Green Station on the Jubilee. Epping to Argyll route to explore friendly 10 years ago now. I mean, I'm a volunteer on the Ryde Railway, so I now do train driving there, as I would do train driving had there not been a lockdown. But other than that, yeah, slowly getting out there. Never been Epping Ongar. Maybe one day. Next station passing through is Kilburn. Are you able to do Eurostar? No, there's no Eurostar in this, I'm afraid. The downside of Eurostar is that about half the route is just tunnel, so there's only much to look at. You got banned from Microsoft Flights Discord, is there again back? Afraid not Arton, not that I'm aware of. Also, train sim, not flight sim. Got another 168 unit passing the other way. Now it's passing through West Hampstead. There are 3 West Hampstead stations: West Hampstead, West Hampstead Overground, and West Hampstead Thameslink. Can you run on the laptop? You can, Anne. You certainly can. It's not the most difficult sim to run. You need to be very careful with the graphics settings. Make sure everything is running a-okay. I've already asked a question, Artan. Pay attention. Would you use control or keyboard? So I'm using keyboard for now. I have ordered a rail driver, and it's going to be delivered on Monday. So from Monday, I have a proper rail driver controller. Very excited to get it. And so, yeah, see how it all goes, really. For many years, the rail driver was out of stock, but with the whole Train Sim 2 compatibility, it's made a resurgence. And so, thought I'd ordered one, and it's now going to arrive soon. Very excited for it. Looks like a great bit of kit. Can't get my hands on it. What's a dark tunnel? All tunnels are dark like this, Transpennine. All tunnels are dark like this. Just pass over the West Coast Mainline again. Down to 40 miles per hour. Just a slow approaching now to the end of the platform. About 2 miles to go now to terminus. 2 miles. You're excited about Dovetail announced trains and streams Train Sim 2. Can't wait to see more. Yes, very excited. Steam trains. I mean, there's something about steam trains that I certainly adore. I'm sure a lot of people do as well. The whole life and breadth of it. A lot more technical. You need to get yourself ready for that. But touch wood, if they do it right, steam trains will completely transform the way we drive in the new platform. Why so rude? What do you mean, Raptor? Why am I so rude? Will you do a review drive for the controller? I'd like to. I'll do a few testing runs with it, a few streams and all that. And then, yeah, once I'm a bit more comfortable with it, I'll do a few showcases with it in the future, certainly. How do you enter brake stations? Generally, you'll be you start braking about a mile before you stop, but there's no real definitive answer because it's different for every train. So some trains brake a lot quicker than others, and so it's just a case of, again, learning each unit and kind of adjusting it depending on how you're coming in. It's one of those things that, once you get a feel for it, so that's platform 3 coming into, once you get a feel for it, you eventually start getting more comfortable. Just because out there's London Underground here again, it's going to be Metropolitan Line bridges. Down to 25 now. And down to 5 at the end of the platform. Try not to trip the tripcock. Watford and Rickmansworth Railway, that's the one, Export 2. Watford and Rickmansworth. That's the, what's it called? Croxley Rail Link, isn't it? And something of a different one. Do you know when that in Great Northern? Not sure, Anne. Great Northern, not one that's on the way, I don't believe. At least not one that I'm aware of at this time. Train's now approaching London Marylebone. Why did they make a whole new train sim, not just add DLC to the same game? What do you mean by that, Ace? I mean, there are 2 platforms, Train Simulator and Train Sim World, and that's what they're doing at the moment. New routes, new scenarios for both of them. Perfect. Now the Marylebone connections with the Bakerloo line just to the left somewhere here. Also, coffee. I'd say actually the model is not too bad for Marylebone. Got the cappy and everything. Very nice. What scene change would you like to see added? Well, you gotta go Flying Scotsman. Come on, guys, this is a classic. Flying Scotsman or nothing. Well done, you've completed the scenario successfully. Ding ding. We're at the end of the route now, so I don't even need to buzz that one. Russ comes off in the right place. Oh, neutral, okay. Right, let's see how we did. So the 2 Hotel 53, 1553 from Aylesbury to Marylebone. Stopped at all 10 stations. Penalty brakes 5 times, that was the spout at the start, speeding 12. It is what it is. Alright, let me quickly save the routes on further rails. So this is a real drive routes. Route's name is Just Trains London to Aylesbury. That's fine. Scenario was, I'll double check, hang on, Country United Kingdom, London to Aylesbury. Scenario was Aylesbury, that is, come on, station codes, Drawyah. Aylesbury station codes. If you're on third rails map, then I'll drop you a tracking link for that later. AYS to Marylebone station code. MYB. Are there other countries? Yes! There are a load of countries for this route. So I'll save that, stick onto the whistles board. And now since I have no idea. Actually, there is. You just press map, isn't it? Yes. So I'll end that. and we'll now do a second service. So we'll do a quick drive, well not quick drive, do another standard run. Loco Hall, what route does that take? Bubble cars, Freightliner, 20s, S-Stock. Did you not do a, what's it called, a Loco Hall? Probably not. Okay, in that case, we'll do Marylebone to Aylesbury Vale. 65 minutes, so same time. 10 Prisoners Bath, Aylesbury Prisoners Bath, 47 train depot, nope. Yeah, well, we'll do Marylebone to Aylesbury Vale, so clear earlier in the morning, that's what we'll do. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Raptor. Why am I so rude? You need to explain it, dude. Right, so I need to set this up as a scenario. So, real drive, RTT powered from MYB to Aylesbury again. Aylesbury Vale, which is Aylesbury Vale station codes. AVP. We will do a real-time drive. It's a 9-something departure, so I'll say 9 AM. Find it. 2 Victor 20 was it? 2 Victor 20, 2 Victor 20, perfect. So I'll set that, retrieve the info, okay. If you want to track our link, then you can track me via, give it a second to load. That is our tracking link. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. And start broadcasting after follow. Perfect, right, so let's load this up and let's get going. The way to speak to viewer. Oh, right. The viewer in question, he's always like that. He asks a question, I'll answer him, and then he'll just ignore it. He has it in a few streams where he'll ask the question, and then I'll answer it, and he'll ask it again, he'll answer it again, ask it again. You do get the odd viewer like that, so they just don't pay attention. Right, let's get going. You're a federal as well, are you? Which is very nice. Let me see if the link even works. Hopefully it does. Good morning, driver. Press T slow passengers. Due to departure at 9:57. I believe it does. If you click on the link and then just wait 5 seconds, map this here, and yes, go 2 Victor 20, Marylebone to Aylesbury Vale Parkway. So if I pin the comments, so if you guys want to track it, you can do so. Departing very shortly. It's semi-online, so it uses a mod that just gives you more. It's like our WebEye, which I use for flight sim, but built for train sim basically. So this time we are going via the northerly route. So we're going to follow the London Underground Metropolitan line up as far as Amersham. We'll stop at Great Missenden, Wendover, Stoke Mandeville, Aylesbury, Vale Parkway. Next stop, Harrow Hill at 10:08 to 09. You'll run out next to you on the radar map, departing 6 minutes in real time route. Very nice. I like third rails. It's a bit fiddly, especially where I set up and actually using it when you track it before starting the rig, because it can be very slow. But I like it. You'd love to see a version of PAX for this with Train Sim World. So, like I say, third rails map is kind of like a PAX for it. Doesn't work with Train Sim World, unfortunately, because the way Train Sim World works, it doesn't have the GPS coordinates like Train Sim does. So it uses GPS coordinates. This sim has got it all accurate, and therefore can track the map accurately. This map, to be exact. Train Sim World is a bit different, therefore you do kind of miss out on it, but I don't know, I like it. I do like it. Got a Metropolitan line just to our right. to 50 miles per hour now. Hopefully we'll get some parallel running with an S-Dock train on this one. Just have to see if and when a service does pop out. Running on the Metropolitan line tracks later, speed limits won't quite go as high. Definitely been limited by that, but I'm sure once we pass Aylesbury, things start to speed up a little bit, get stretch things a little bit more. Third rail is a map tool track that tracks your route on GPS, and how do you put on the route path to track yourself live? So it doesn't really. You can use the live departure thing, the real train time stuff. I think I might do a video on it at some stage. It can be a bit fiddly, it can be a bit complicated, so I think a video on it might actually be quite helpful. But basically, it's just enables you to track you on a map, follow your routes in real life, in real time, and give you a tracking and stats and that kind of stuff. Does platform with voice? No, it does not, Anne. The only show I've ever done with proper voices was the Thameslink stream, so I did the full routes from Brighton to Bedford, and that's only because I'm friends with the guy who does all the Thameslink stuff voices, Matt Streeton, and so basically I told him, hey Matt, I'm streaming Thameslink tonight, so you gonna watch? And he's like, oh sure, here you go, and then recorded the entire platform announcements for me, which is pretty cool. We'll hit some horn at some point, Joshua. There are quite a few horn points on this route. No space climber, always happy to help. Welcome, Roke. How you doing? Take care. So now running alongside the Metropolitan line. There's no passenger view on this train. Because we're only running 2 cars. Obviously, for some reasons, 2 cars doesn't come with a passenger view. Fair enough. Guess it does happen. Got an S-Dock train, Metropolitan line just to our right. Ever going to Star Citizen try it? I've looked at Star Citizen. I'm tempted to try it. Maybe the day it releases, I'll try it. Maybe when it releases. So far so good. Hour on the hill, we arrive in about 6.5 miles. 6.5 miles. In that case, see you in a decade, exactly. Class 41412. What about them, Lewis? What about them? Just trying to bring speed up a little bit. It's up to 65 now. Well, shortly up to 65, up to 75 shortly after that. Hour on the hill needs to slow down for, and it's just running London Underground set up all the way to Amersham for the next couple of stops. Do you prefer this or Train Sim World? I don't know, because there are benefits with both of them, especially this one being, well, has more routes, has a lot more availability, and plus further out map compatible. But with Train Sim World, it's the more realistic platform, a lot more detail, a lot more graphic fidelity, and so I don't know. It's a hard one to say which one do I prefer, because they both have massive pros at this time. But I do hope one day Third Rails can figure out a way to hook it up to Great Western, well, not even Great Western, sorry, Train Sim Worlds, even if it requires a bit more of a manual way of doing things. there's a flashing yellow. Means that we're going to be that means next block will be yellow, after that'll be red. Potentially that'll be the connection onto the Metropolitan line we need to be careful about. Airline Manager Tycoon. I don't think I have Karthik. I don't think I have. So now making brakes to the right. Running parallel with this underground train. And we will be all the way to on the hill. Calling for COVID to recede, mistravelling. Oh yes, we all do. We all do. If only you could see trains logged into third rails in-game, but like that'd be cool. Like multiplayer. The thing with that, third rails extracts data, it can't input it, and having multiplayer like that would just be impossible. So I think it's pretty good the way it is. Just having the radar itself is pretty good on the third rails map and all that. Yes, there is a Portsmouth to London routes, expats. It's the Portsmouth Direct line, I believe it's called, Portsmouth Direct. And that's with South West trains. And other buses which are active, yes they are expats. So the Portsmouth Direct line is quite a new one. Released a couple of, well it was actually released last year I think, for trains in 2020. So it's one of the newer routes, one of the better ones, that's for sure. Maybe at some stage we'll drive this in the future. So passing through Wembley Park now, next station Harrow on the Hill. Welcome Veluxka, how are you doing? Welcome to chat. How are you? We're a little bit behind schedule right now, about a minute late to Harrow on the Hill, but it shouldn't cause us too many problems. We can always especially catch up on the latter bit of the route. Jubilee line now leaves to our right, so you'll see the track breakaway just to the side, behind of course the other train. Also, you saw it on the GPS map, you see it exiting there. Use third rails, that's what it's designed for. Preston Road. I think it's Northwood Park next. What do you have any previous conditions on WhatsApp? Here in the UK, we're not affected by it. So, with GDPR being effective both in the EU and the UK post-Brexit, pardon me, it's illegal for the Facebook thing to even take place. So, rest of the world's WhatsApp, Facebook data will be shared. But here in the UK and all across the EU, nothing will be different. No data will be shared. I mean, people forget that Facebook own WhatsApp anyway, so they already own your information, they just can't share it between the two, I guess. I mean, I don't know, I'm treading lightly with it, so I've not done too much research, I'm still looking into all the details and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, it's definitely something best not to have been done. Do you have mobile sims? No, I don't. No, I don't. And I presume talking about the game sims and not a mobile SIM card. Not too far from Harrow School, one of the, yeah, one of, if not the most famous school here in the UK. Had its own TV series a couple of years ago. What's your favourite train in this? Definitely a networker, so class 165, 166, 365, 366, or there's a few other networkers as well, different class numbers, but networkers I've always been a fan of. Right, welcome to Harrow on the Hill. I disagree, RBS. I disagree. I quite like train sim. It's a lot more it's a lot different to flight sim and all that. Definitely keeps you mind at bay when driving a train long distance. Yeah, we'll stop here. And the bus stop out here. Stage yourself. Looks alright. Block of flats. Have the different Just Trains. Oh, and even Just Flight adverts. There you go. You wanted Flight Sim? There's your Flight Sim reference. Just Flight. Car line, Western Main lines. They released a new route, didn't they? The Cornish lines. Right away next stop Rixonsworth. Eat more pies. Just Trains. Just Flights. Yorkshire Airlines, A up and away. I like that, A up. I like that, I like that, nice reference. The Dog's Assist, coming Halloween 2018. There's some very nice references in the station. Yeah, well, I quite dislike your negativity, RBS. You see me, or am I not here? Lol, anyways, hi. Welcome, Crixer, how you doing? Welcome back, man, how you doing? The person yesterday's stream who asked for a joystick recommendation was actually you, was it? Yeah, like I say, the Hotas 1 or the Hotas X, pretty good for starters. Both by Thrustmaster. So now we'll be sharing tracks with the London Underground Metropolitan line. I think we do skip a few stations. Yeah, the next station will be Rixonsworth, so do skip a few stations and routes. The what are they called? The Northwood stations, so Northwood and Northwood Park. At Rixonsworth we then stop. Metropolitan line splits to Watford and Amersham. Then we stop somewhere else, splits to Amersham and something else. Chesham. So it gets quite fun, this bit. Can't open Noveska. Security locks means doors cannot be open when in motion. North Harrow Station. How about Logitech yoke and throttle? So the Logitech yoke is pretty good, the Profile system. Not as good as Honeycomb. Honeycomb is still king when it comes to the medium price stuff. But Logitech Profile's alright. Their sticks can be hit and miss sometimes. Some of them are decent, some of them not so, but they are priced honestly. So if it's a cheap stick, don't expect the world out of it, but at the end of the day, anything's better than keyboard and mouse, I can tell you that now. Anything's better with keyboard and mouse. Next station passing through is Pinner. How do you download Third Rail's map? I'll probably do a video on it at some stage because it's got quite a lot of interest right now. But you download it, set your Sims file location, and then kind of just set it all up from there. So we did the first time Redos, changing from aircraft train so fast. Streaming, what do you expect? A little bit of power up, just keeps going. So we're a couple of minutes late actually, so playing a bit of catch up game right now. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Welcome, Charles. Room's off another 5 miles away. So again, we're doing alright for timing at the moment. Well, we're not doing alright for timing, we're still late. Yeah, so we're meant to stop at 10:19. ETA 10:21. Next stage is passing through Northwood Hills. This is a posh bit of West London. House prices here very expensive. Passing through the North of the Iron Bridge. Quite a controversial bridge this. Used to be a more traditional brick bridge, but it also fits the widened Metropolitan line. They had to demolish it and rebuild it. So the Iron Bridge here is not the most popular. Passing now through Northwood Station. Also, the Metropolitan line, this bit, known as the Metropolitan Mainline, because it operates alongside the Chiltern Mainline, and also a high-speed bit of service as well. So this is kind of the original bit of the Metropolitan. Used to travel to Aylesbury, used to travel the entire length of the routes. It's also used to travel to a few other faraway stations as well. Can't remember the names of them. Verney Junction was one of them. Verney Junction. So I used to travel well beyond where we're going to now, which is Aylesbury Parkway, which is part of the original closed line. Also part of the Aylesbury Heritage Railway, which is part of the track and station. Not too bad, Benny. Not doing too bad. Do you get any DLC? No. I'm looking at the Cornish main line. I am tempted, but I haven't picked it up yet from Just Trains. But it does look rather good. It does look rather good. Makes use of the HST. Never been silent. How is it, Charles? Is it worth visiting? Another 2.5 miles to Rixonsworth. Not taking too far now from the station. And for a small streamer, so you can be loyal to. So I chose you. Cheers, Woken. Glad you're tagging along for the ride. How you doing, man? How are you doing? So now passing through Moor Park, which is where the Watford branch, the Metropolitan line, splits off. So Metropolitan then goes to Croxley, and then Watford's, and then eventually... Ooh, no platform here. And then eventually, if they ever build the Croxley link, it will then go to Croxley, break off before Watford Met, and travel to Watford Junction, with 2 new stations and routes. Vicarage Road, and one other station I can't remember the name of. We'll see one day if it ever makes it to Metropolitan. I'd like it to. I mean, again, another access to Watford Junction would be pretty good. But hey, we'll see what the future brings for it, really. You're getting a decent laptop soon. What do you think? Yes, this sim you can definitely run on a laptop. It's not the most difficult to get going. Might need to turn one of the graphics settings down or two, but you can definitely get it on my laptop without too many issues. Lovely and very cheap. You can get an own double room kitchen swimming pool complex for 200 a month. That's not bad. It's not bad. 200 for the entire month. That's a good price, that. Don't care about graphics, just want to play. Then yes, you'll be absolutely fine with this on laptop. Have you ever made a paper model plane? Because I have. I've made a paper plane, but not a high quality paper plane. It's just a generic origami folds one, really. Just under a mile away from Rickmansworth now. We'll start sending the train down a bit. Start praying for a stop. Train Sim World 2 isn't as fun as Train Simulator are. Again, I disagree, Woken. Train Sim World's... it's limited with routes. Limited with routes, but there's a lot of fun you can have with it. I certainly do get the enjoyments. Especially in the graphics and level of detail. Train Sim World, very, very good at what it does. New camera setup when Rail Driver Rise, want to see it in action. Like I say, I'll see what I can do regarding that. It's not really easy because I don't really have a place to stick a second webcam, but we'll see. We'll see. Did you do some courses or scores in being so good during flights? I've done some real-life flights. I've done microlights, GA aircraft, and gliding before, so I have done some real-life flying. But not so much done. I've not really done 4 lessons yet. Financially, it's a bit of a stretch. You never know what the future will bring. I wonder if we can go all the way to the underground stop marker there. Not really a stop marker, a platform monitor, that's. Come on, let's go all the way. How am I going to get level crossings? Well, here, because we're in London, there's no level crossings, apart from a few in South London. There was earlier. If you go to our first route we did from Aylesbury via High Wycombe, there were a few level crossings we passed over. But because we're on-site the London Underground, level crossings never going to work. For one, it's an electric rail that can kill people. 2, it's too busy, too frequent. You can't have a bridge that closes every 2 minutes because that's how often trains are. You've been down to try the Waterloo line. Waterloo, that's next station, Chorleywood. That's you talk about Waterloo, Southwest Trains, Portsmouth Direct. That one. Do you stream every day? No, I don't, Karthik. I stream 4 times a week, 5 times if I'm feeling it. 4 times a week. Oh, I said I was going to Train Sim World 2 at some point, is it? Okay, I'll keep a very close eye on that. Very exciting. I hope it does. I hope it does. It will just add it's a small little thing, that. But it will just add so much more to the whole Federals thing. If it does come, actually, then I'll probably wait until that comes out. Then I'll do a video. But I'm going to check the website actually after this now. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to play around and figure it all out. Could do a Classic 6 sometime. With Classic 6, I'd probably do a Great Western route with the... what's it called? The... yeah, Classic 6 Great Western freight routes. You like the mods for Train Sim World 2, like GWR announcements. Which GWR announcements, Dan, are you talking about? I don't know any announcement mods. At least I don't think I do. Welcome Harry, how are you doing? Welcome back. Oh yeah, don't worry Carthic, ask as many questions as you want, I generally don't mind them. Yeah, welcome channel man. Hope you're here for the long run. Next station is Chorleywood. This is where the trains then splits between Amersham and Chesham on the Met line. Go top at Amersham, and we have a few outside stations. Got Chorleywood, Chalfont Latimer, Amersham, Great Missenden, Wendover, Stoke Mandeville, Aylesbury, and Aylesbury Vale Parkway. It's like a 45-minute journey, this one, but between, well, after Amersham, stations do become a bit more spread out, a bit more distance. When will they come out of London to Edinburgh? Don't think they will, Gary. It's a long route, that one, London to Edinburgh. Case of how long it takes to develop it, really. Now passing the M25, that's the motorway above us now. We are now outside of London. Spot the two work crews there. Tinsley got yards and Barden Hill routes goes down the bus and less line way minutes. Okay, I could give that a go, certainly. Oh, the security announcements. Oh yeah, no, I know that add-on. I do know what I'm talking about. I think about like proper in-train announcements and stations kind of stuff. Going a bit fast, surely would have just realised. Hopefully not overshoots. Go to full braking here. Yeah, we're coming a bit fast. It's uphill. We are on full braking, so there's a good chance we will stop. If it wasn't uphill, we'd be screwed, but no, we're just about going to make that one, I think. Favourite footballer? Steve Sidwell. Don't know if you have answered the question, but do you prefer flight sim or train sims? I like them both equally for different reasons. Welcome Sammy, how you doing? Welcome to chat. Do you live in the UK? Yes I do. R3D? Yes I do. I live in London myself. Live in New York. Should have gone to New York in May. Because of COVID, that trip got cancelled, but I'd like to one day. Right away, next stop, Chalfont and Latimer. I've had coconut water in the past. It's just coconut water, really. Do I like it? If I had it again, I'd drink it. It's nothing super fancy, really. Watermelon water's pretty nice. Watermelon water's pretty nice. Chalfont to Latimer. Fun fact to London Underground. So, Chesham, which is the northerly branch that goes to the right, is the most western part of London Underground. So it's outside of London this bit. It's the most western bit of the Underground. So, come on, Drawyah. Chesham, most western station on the Underground, but the trains at Amersham, well, the station is not quite as far west. The turnback loop and siding is further west. So the most west station is Chesham, but the furthest west an underground train will go is on the Amersham siding. So you have like Amersham station, Chesham station, Amersham, turnback loop. just slowly progresses further east. In this case, this way around, actually, for the webcams, the other way around. How the wheels on the train are changed? Well, on trains there are two metals. You have a hard metal that forms the main wheel, and then a soft metal on the outer bit of the wheel. And so when it comes to changing a wheel, they'll take the wheel out, they'll replace the soft metal, and then put it back in. Because the hard metal stays on, it doesn't get worn out as quickly. Soft metal is cheaper, and therefore they can change kind of the external bit of the rail that makes contact with the track. I'm a Chelsea fan. Which trains didn't shut doors automatically if they're your only pet peeve? Yeah, manual door control. Well, some trains have it, so the Just Trains S stock does have manual door control. Some trains have it, just not all of them. Ivan's real name? I'm not sure. I mean, that's the same as well. They require you to have a real name. I think it's just more of a security thing. They don't show it. It's impossible to kind of find your name afterwards when you input it, especially on the ATC side of things. But, I don't know. Fatson do it. What's the American one as well? They do it as well. All these networks seem to do it for some reason. We're about 2 minutes behind schedule right now, 2 minutes late. We'll catch up without too much problem. I don't think so, Harry. I have looked. I don't think the name appears on the WebEye. You can check, but I don't think it does. Right, Chatham Latimer, Amersham, and then we leave the clutches of London Underground, make our way out. It's not an impossibility that Wicked Witch is. Talking to Control for whatever reason. You do need to have some sort of communication. Never mind. Thought not. Vatson does. The VAT map does show your name, but the IVR webby does not show your name. When will they change the people platform behaviour as Old Rail Simulator? Don't think they will ever, Hugo. Don't think they will. It's just one of those things that it's there. It's not going to really. It doesn't change the way you drive your trains or anything like that. It's just there, really. When you said anything better than keyboard and mouse, you play that, but thankfully you got a joystick and possibly a throttle. Very nice. Very nice. Welcome TK2000 Top Man, how you doing? Yeah, take care Redos. Have a good one. Hopefully talk to you again soon. Bye bye. So climbing uphill now, Amersham Station, a mile and a half away. We'll be just over halfway through the route. Slowly crawl our way towards the east. The west, sorry, west. Yes, we're just over halfway there now. Cheers, Brockenhurst. Glad you're on the watch. 10 out of 10 streamer. Much appreciated. Glad you think so highly of me. Anyway, you can subscribe with Prime. It should let you on Twitch. With Twitch you get 1 free Prime subscription a month, and so it should just be a case of press the subscription button and Prime connects automatically. Not FS2021, just me. Metal, this is Train Simulator. Can you play Ship Sim? Like I said, I'm waiting for the new one to come out. When it does come out. It's supposed to be end of this year, but because of COVID they delayed it. It's same people, V-Step. Can't remember what it's called, the new sim, but it does look rather good. Not too bad, GWP. Not doing too bad. How you doing? It's possible to set live weather. I don't think so, Diego. It's possible to set live time in the quick scenario thing, but live weather, don't think so. I don't think that's the B&Q anymore. I'm fairly sure that building's no longer there. Now approaching Amersham. Not in a great mindset, but oh well. Oh, don't worry, man. If you're not in the right mindset, I mean, we're all having a blimmin' interesting time at the moment. No one expects everyone to be mentally 100% all the time. Just take care of yourself, man. Don't overstress things. Any farm sims? I've played the original farm sim, not the newer ones. Right, Amersham. So this is the last of the London Underground stations. From this point onward, we now enjoy our own a bit. Been to Amersham once, to the Heritage Day here. And so, yeah, had a look at the steam train set. And all of that. You progressed so much. You had 7k subs, yes, 7k subs 2 months ago. It's been a crazy couple of months this. Microsoft Flight Sim has definitely gone a long way in regards to helping the channel grow. What's a good free flight sim for MacBook? Not sure, Karthik. There aren't, well, free flight sims, can't think of any. Well, for MacBook, I'm not sure if, what's it called? The free flight sim that everyone uses that I can't remember the name of. Not GeoFS, not Google Earth. It's actually half decent. No, I don't know what the, oh, it's going to annoy me now. I'm going to Google it. I know it, I've used it, it's half decent. Free train simulator. Not flight train sim, sorry. Free flight simulator. Not Geo. Flight Gear, that's the one. Flight Gear. I don't know though if Flight Gear's compatible with Mac or not. You started playing with software around October, got bored of keyboard and mouse, then again you'll explore more. Grab an Xbox controller at the very least. An Xbox controller, much better than keyboard and mouse. Get a joystick and get some pretty decent ones for not too expensive prices. But ultimately it comes down to what your budget is really at the moment, which for a lot of people, not much. Not too much. Local station, not going to go into that detail. I'm not going to give away where I live exactly, but I live in the London area. Not sure about X-Plane 12, no release dates yet. They've barely even hinted it at the moment, let alone released it. Come on guys, give them time. Yeah, so this used to be part of the Metropolitan line, this bit. Metropolitan trains used to run to Aylesbury as steam hauls trains. So in the 1960s, when they introduced the A stock, the Amersham stock, and well, limited trains to electrification only, the Met line stopped travelling to Aylesbury and stopped at Amersham instead. So you had a bunch of different trains throughout the life of the Metropolitan line, electric, But the A stock, the A60 and Historic 62, the A stood for Amersham, and then those were retired in 2012 in favour of the S stock trains. They're around a good 40 to 42 years. Why does Amersham have a tube link and a rail link? Anyone know? What do you mean by tube link and rail link? I mean, it's the same station at Amersham Port. Network Rail uses both of them. Well, Network Rail uses the same station as tube link, but also the Metropolitan Line historically used to go as far as Aylesbury. Used steam trains, but that was disconnected. I think it was 1966 when it was all discontinued. Yes, I have played Prepared. It's an alright sim, but don't use it at all nowadays. You play a Roblox train sim, not bad. I think I've heard of it before. You have to remind me the name of it. I don't play Roblox at all these days. I used to. Stopped playing about 2-3 years ago now. But I think I know which one you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it. It's like SCR or something. Although, I hear it's, well, it's a realistic type of operation. Negative, they've used a lot of Alan Thompson sounds packs without their permissions and all that. Your budget around £50. Look for a Cytec Aviator. Cytec Aviators aren't too bad for that price range. If you don't mind going to about maybe 70-80, grab either a Thrustmaster HOTAS 1 or a Thrustmaster Airbus kit. Bournemouth to Manchester Piccadilly cross-country voyage. I don't think I have yet. Brockenhurst. Don't think I have. You're playing in the winter. It's ground and snow. A few grass, nice comparison with obsessive. Okay. So you're playing with the. Well, I'll tell you now. There's no snow here in real life. There's no snow here. Raining, but not snowing. SCR is shocking opinion. I don't know. I've heard positives about it. Again, I can't remember what it stands for, SCR, but I've heard positives on Twitter, apart from, again, stolen sounds and assets. Nope, I have never played Fortnite. I never plan to. I never touched it, and I hope I never will. A bit bumpy this track here, I must admit. A bit bumpy. Prepared P3 is the kind of it's the spiritual successor to FSX, so it's the same platform with modern stuff behind it. Some mod compatibility, but it's a more expensive training professional solution. I personally preferred X-Plane of that era, but nowadays Microsoft Flight Sim is my go-to. Welcome to Great Missenden. About 2 minutes behind schedule. I'll get any more later at the very least. My brother has a throttle quadrant for the Airbus TCA. Doesn't have the stick. He's happy with his what's it called? His Thrustmaster T16000M. Which is basically the same thing, but different skin on it, basically, for Airbus. But the throttle he uses, he does like it. I've used it as well. I've felt it. It's got proper indents and all that. It's an alright bit of kit. It's an alright bit of kit. Welcome, Train Fan TV. How you doing? Welcome back. How you doing? Nope, don't use roller pedals. It's on my list of things to buy at some stage in the future. So next station is Wendover, Stoke Mandeville, Aylesbury, Aylesbury Vale, and that's where train terminates. Good to hear, Train Fan. So again, outside the main London area, the distance between your stations starts to break up. So again, my tracking link's in the description if you want to, well, it's not in the description, it's a pinned comment if you want to track me on the map. But, yeah, I quite like it. It's a very fancy tool, this Drawyah's map. Would you recommend TCA Edition? I would. It's a very nice bit of kit, that's. And for what it is, it's not too expensive either. Start watching the channel when he posted to do our first Microsoft Flight Sim video. Pretty small back then. Microsoft Flight Sim just around the corner, August 18th. Yeah, that was that's where I did all the. That's where I did. Trying to remember it. That's where I played at XO19. So I went to the show there at London. It was the first time I did it publicly. So I went there, had a look, and I thought it was amazing back then. I still think it's amazing now, but did it at the show. And then thought I'd do a video on it afterwards about my experience actually playing the sim. So, yes, I was one of the first to play it, XO19. And I was one of the very first to do it on channels on YouTube as well. Thanks to flightsim.com, who gave me the fantastic opportunity to actually showcase it early. Massive, massive thank you to those guys. I just need to pay it back somehow in the future. Take care, Brockenhurst. You have a good one. See you later. Pretty much cover the entirety of the route today. Done both branches of the Chiltern. Didn't think I did that stuff, but seemed to work out quite nicely for us. One over, a mile and a half away. Really speeding down the track, I must say. Train's bumping around like anything. Excellent Microsoft Flight Sim. Excellent good for flight dynamics and system functionality. Microsoft Flight Sim for visuals and just the whole flying experience. I'm dreaming about getting Microsoft Flight Sim, but I'm not going to have to wait till September. I mean, till September, more time to hype, more time to get used to it. More time to watch my videos. I have played Prepared. What do I think of it? Decent sim for payware functionality, but it's old. It's old, it's aged. It needs to retire. Favourite plane X plane apart from 737, so total mod patches or not. Totalist 319/21. Totalist stuff in Next Plane is fantastic. Much better than the Flight Factor 320, both in frames and in system fidelity as well. The only reason people stand by the Flight Factor 320 is because it's an F320. The Totalist 19 and 21, fantastic, fantastic aeroplanes. Take care, Pratik. You have a good one. Have a good night. Yeah, we are slowly getting later and later on the timing. First route on time the entire time. This time, we are slowly lagging behind. Slowly lagging behind. Favourite plane? Mine's a 737 or 747. Oh, this is a station. There's just no platform here. Fair enough. confused a second, like, where is it? It is here, just missing an asset or something. My guess there's a route that I'm required to have for it, I just don't have that route. But I might run the installer, see if maybe get a fix or something. But no, we are at the station, it's just not here. Two more stops. Aylesbury, sorry, three more stops. Stoke Mandeville, then Aylesbury, then Aylesbury Vale Parkway. Does Transit have any Zuma trains? No, no they do not. They've got London to Peterborough, that uses the Class 90 trains, but no Azumas. Do you like classical music? Depends really, depends. Question, will you be making more videos in the future? I hope so. The day I stop uploading, probably the day I've died. Stoke Mandeville, 2.5 miles. Longest route in this? I'm not sure, Anne. I'm not sure what the longest route in Train Simulator is. Perhaps the Chinese high-speed one? That's a pretty long one, but honest answer, I don't know. I do not know. Yes, we are just about climbing to 27k. Just about climbing there. Yeah, that's the conclusion. If I've not uploaded in about a week, it means I've probably died, and therefore you're all invited to my funeral. Not doing too bad, Benny. Not doing too bad. How are you doing? Going to go for high braking now because we are going downhill. It's looking me in very fast, very fast. For flight sim, David, look at the minimum spec, or look at the recommended spec and build your own. Never buy a pre-built system. Build your own PC. Zoomers don't run on the West Coast Mainline. Zoomer trains only run on the East Coast. West Coast use Pendolinos. Take care, train fan. Talk to you later. Bye bye. Class 205. Very nice. Very nice. Not doing too bad, look, Lackwed. Not doing too bad. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chats. One train departing. Right train just arrived. Quite just past that. Go a long way around. I guess small wheelchair accessible rather than going up an entire straight horrible ramp. Kind of go a bit shallower left and right. Right, let's get going. Anything like an auto train driver? There are some lines that do it. So, for example, DLR in London has automatic trains, as does the Class 700s on the core section. They're all automatic. It's not widespread, but there are some automatic trains around the world. ATC is certainly a thing. Automatic train control. This is a Just Trains route. This is Train Simulator by Dovetail Games. This is Train Simulator, and this is the Aylesbury routes, Chiltern Aylesbury by Just Trains. What do you mean trains too small? 2 car sets pretty standard for this kind of service. So commuter outside of London, not exactly busiest. Also, terminus, destination station Aylesbury Vale, it's only big enough. I think it's 2 or 3 car trains anyway, so it makes sense. It does make sense. You want them to ramp DWR and add the Windsor, Marylebone, Henley lines. It'd be pretty good. That would certainly be pretty good for the future. Just going to seeing if they expand the lines, and if they do, when. I have DCS. Wish I'd play a bit more, but if I have played GTS, I do fiddle around with it from time to time. But no, if I have a chance to do a bit more often, then I'll certainly jump on that. Destination, we arrive in about 5 minutes. It's not too far to go now, not too far to go, about 5 minutes we'll be arriving. Some trains are business class, not all of them. It's known as first class, but some trains are first class, but not all of them do. Nope, never been on Heathrow Express. Go to Heathrow. I'll generally take the Piccadilly line, or take the bus. As you can get quite a few bus connections from central London. It's cheaper, and at night, probably a bit quicker as well. You bought the Armstrong Powerhouse 411, I hope it's worth £8. Armstrong Powerhouse is usually pretty good for what they do, so yeah, I'm pretty sure your 30 was well spent. Right, next station, Aylesbury Parkway. We arrive in about 9 minutes. 9 minutes till we finish this route, and then bring things to an end on stream as well. Now departing Aylesbury. So this used to be the line to Verney Junction, once upon a time. Nowadays it's well, single track line to Aylesbury Vale Parkway, which opened a couple of years ago. It's quite a new station. And before then, trains, well, you got a few connections to the Aylesbury Heritage Line that's down here, but ultimately trains basically never run it. So on the map you can spot the green where the station is Parkway. Portal takes us to Claydon L&E Junction. Somewhere down here as well, that line to Verney Junction. You've got Haydenham just to the south there. Do you use Oyster card or any debit credit card? I just use phone, contactless, touching with the phone. So much easier. Don't have to get card out, so just touch your phone, off you go. Would you rather be a train driver or a pilot? Well, I'd rather be a pilot because it's a lot less mentally need to be focused. Well, you have to be focused, of course, but training with a train is so precise. One small move and you've messed up the entire thing. But I'd do either, to be fair. Train driver, pilots, sign me up. Sign me up. Normally go to London every weekend. We let you only do a few times last year. Well, once things open up again, try and spot me at the right supply railway. This is the same train as Potter's Bar crash. The Potter's Bar crash was on the... was it Great Western? I think it was Chiltern. Ah, shoot. Just missed it. Yeah, I'm going to come to an emergency stop now because I missed the AWS. Again, I wish you could hear it from the external, but from outside it's silence, and therefore you can't hear the AWS. You miss it, emergency brakes. We'll let train stop and we'll just put power in again. Yeah, same train, class 165's Potter's Bar. That was due to a track malfunction. So the track itself was damaged, train went over it, and ended up crashing into the side. That's why you swear. I didn't swear, Kendai. I said shoot. S-H-O-O-T. Shoot. Family friendly channel. I don't think I've ever sworn on stream. I recommend using Sam T Sounds Class 166 sound mod. Makes train sound great. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Aspiring rail drive for GWR. Thanks for make it. Good luck, man. I mean, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? To join any, well, for most, well, an apprenticeship, you can join at 16. At 18, you can join up for any, well, the apprenticeship's got to 2021 Chiltern Railways. But to be a train driver, you have to be 21 as a minimum. So, London Underground, it's 18. Got to that time. London Underground is 18 minimum. For mainline driver, minimum age is 21. It's something to do with both health and safety and insurance. And so, mainline trains have the higher age limits. But until you turn 21, good luck. Also, if you're trying to become a train driver, generally, most companies, most TOCs don't hire off the streets. You have to join a company and then try and get yourself there internally to become a trainee train driver. It's possible, but very rare for open jobs to appear for train drivers. And then London Underground is impossible. Last time London Underground did any, or TfL did any train driver hiring was in 2008. Since then, all internal. 100% internal. Yes, I will be watching XP stream after this. Specified yesterday, but due to internet issues, he had to delay it. Right, welcome to Aylesbury Vale Parkway. Train price in UK, the disgrace way too high. Again, I disagree. I can get to Birmingham on about well, London to Birmingham is about £13, which I'd say is pretty fair. Some long distance routes may be more expensive, but I wouldn't say it's too bad. London to Portsmouth, tried to go there on Boxing Day, sorry. That was about £8, £9 one way, £19 return. Again, not too expensive, not too expensive. But those are off peak. On peak, price is definitely a bit higher. Aylesbury Parkway, it's a new station. It's not really close to anywhere, but basically it forms as a way to get into London cheaper and greener as well. So you bring your car here, you park up, you buy yourself a return ticket, and then you go to work in London. So you drive halfway to work, and then let the train take you the rest of the way. Not good enough. Thank you, scenario. Much appreciated. Not good enough. Need to keep better time. Yeah. What? 3 minutes? I've done worse. I've done worse. Is it true pilots must have contracts to work for the airline? Contacts. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Diego. What contacts do you need? Right. So 2 Victor 20 to 9:57 from Marylebone to Aylesbury Vale. I made 2 stations on time. That's terrible, I must admit. 83 miles in the end. Not bad, that. Not bad. Yeah, overall, could have been better, but hey ho, such is life. So, yeah, I guess that really brings us now to the end of our stream tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you very much for the support, for the 3 donations today, and all the chats. As always, it's mightily appreciated. Take care, have a good one. Back in tomorrow with flights. Yeah, I think I'll do a flight sim stream tomorrow. So back in tomorrow for flight sim. Weekends we do the usual stuff. And then, yeah, see how it all goes towards next week. Down the routes, purchase from Steam, play it on computer. Go to the Steam DLC list. Make sure the boxes are all ticked. If it isn't up here, untick it and then retick it. Right, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.